Hi, everyone, and thank you for being here today. I'm happy that I'm going to speak about a very important topic, and this is ethics and AI, because nowadays we all wonder how AI is going to affect us, and I think this is very important to know how it is working with the audiovisual content. So all the people which are making the photos overall, footages, and so on. So this is me, I'm Marina, and you can contact me for every type of content you would like to make your brand visible, to tell your story about. And let's dive in. Ethics and AI, it's a little bit paradoxical, right? Because how we can expect that AI can be ethical? It's mainly about us, the humans. So we are helping you to make your brand, your dream, the brand that you work for, to make it come true, to make your story go to the crowd, so you know that it's getting the visual story of what you're going to tell your customers. And of course, we are trying to implement the key pillars of the foundations of the ethics and how they matters to the AI. So we always count on the personal ethics because it's all about us, the humans. We want to cherish our work, and we would like our work to be cherished as well. So what we want to emphasize is the social ethics, which is impacting nowadays the AI, which is the main thing we are looking for is the responsibility from each one, from us, the humans. And this is how we are going to manifest a better society in the future. There are the foundations of So, of course, what we are looking for is the transparency, the ethical licensing, and safe database, which we can provide you, and then you can be sure that your brand is safe. You know that it is presented right, and you know that you're telling that you're storytelling the right way. So as you can see, the main character in my presentation now is this jellyfish. I didn't give her a name, but maybe next time I'll be more prepared. So what is important about this jellyfish? That it is a people image. So somebody have dived in deep down in the sea in order to take this image in the right moment, in the right time. He have his aqualung on, and he have left his child at home in order to make this photo. Of course, this photo is somehow going to teach the AI how, if somebody would like to export a jellyfish because he's in the marine life business, he can ask the jellyfish. He can ask the AI to make him a jellyfish, which is going to present his brand, and then the person who have spent 1 year in going in this sea in order to make this specific image in this specific time, in this specific moment and light, we are expecting him that now his work is not cherished anymore. So that's why we are helping to the AI to be ethical. And if you want to find this jellyfish, you can see the asset ID, which is on Shutterstock. So that's why we have created the Trust Fund. And because we are expecting all our contributors who are filling our bank of images to be happy that we are using their content for the machine learning of the AI, who is going to then make your own image and to create your own brand and to bring your own story to the world. And the only way we can be sure that this content is going to stay in our library and that we are going to pay well our contributors is when we are making this fund where all the AI generated images and content nowadays because it's rising. It's going to, we are giving a percentage of this from this fund to the machine learning, which is calculating what is the percentage of each and every percent of each and every tool that have been taken in order to create this specific image. So we uplift our contributors to provide more content, which then can make your own approach. And then in the end, there is a licensing team who is checking all the content which is going to be used for your commercial use. It is so important because we never know from where and what the AI is taking. So if you would like to make a daily image, an image which is taking daily art, then it cannot be used for commercial use. And that's why we have a separated team which is approving each and every image in order to be used for your own brand. So you can imagine how much people are staying behind the AI. It is not because in the front we just see an AI which is making images, but it is important for us to know that the images which are shown are going to be fair and made with ethics. So what we have seen is that only 3 years ago, all the creatives have used about 20% of them were using the AI. Nowadays, of course, we see a very rising trend. And what we see is that in the near future, so in only 2 years, over 90% are going to use AI for making all the content of the brands that they're taking care for. So it's not a matter if we are going to use AI. This means just how we are going to work with it and how fast we are going to adapt ourselves in working with AI. So what we in Shutterstock can present you is an excellent data curation, high quality metadata, so because we make sure that the images are linking good to the metadata, and the largest and more content library in the world. And this is how we can ensure an ethical and responsible and most of all compliant AI, because the most important thing now we as humans need to do with AI is to be very conscious about the way we are doing it, about our partners with whom we work that are using AI. Some of the innovations that are working with Shutterstock ethical data are OpenAI, Google AI, NVIDIA. So this is how we are making our hub of ethical partners, and we know that we can provide to the world a place where we really cherish the work of all of us, of our friends, of our beloved ones as well, and by using OpenAI is helping us to create. We work with OpenAI to leverage together creative images with Google AI, photorealistic ones, and with NVIDIA to explore a high and super speed 3D visuals. Nowadays we have a 3D is something in the future which is going to be a lot helpful for you in order to present the products that you are having in your websites. And so the most important thing is that back in the days we needed 3 hours to create a certain image, footage, or any type of asset, but nowadays we need only 3 minutes. So we can look at AI 2 ways. It's going to take my work, or it's going to help me to make my work faster, more convenient, and mainly as you see, there are a lot of styles, photos, art, so it's our creative body. It's helping us to make the things a lot more easier for us and to have thoughts which we have never thought are going to work for us. Uh, the most important thing nowadays is to create a prompt art. Prompt now is an art. So you need to know a lot of things in order to have the best prompt. Now we don't need to learn how to work with a certain programs, which are like Photoshop, let's say. We need to learn how to tell to our body what to provide for us. But this is a totally different story, so it's not a topic today. Create big and work simple is the main thing that we are trying to help all our partners, because I work with assets, either it's images, footages, music, 3Ds, and the most important assets we as humans have, this is our time, because we cannot pay the time in our life. And that's why for us the most important thing is to save your time in investigating how you can work with the AI, what you can do with the AI, what would fit you best. And of course, there are some legal parts which will help you to be a lot more free to work with the content and how you can tell the story of your brand, which is our main mission, to help you make your work easy and fast. Of course, every AI tool is now having these amazing features like the magic brush, where you can add another dog next to the human, or you can make the photo closer or far away. You can have different variations, styles, filters, and everything. So back in the days, you needed to spend 1 year on one certain spot in order to make these specific views, but nowadays they're a lot easy changed. And of course, we need to know that they're ethically changed. So even though when we're changing the color of a certain photo, it is they is taking the color from a certain image, and we know the machine are learning so fast now that we know what type of percentage from which image it have taken in order to know how much we should give back to our contributors. In the near future, there will be a lot of other functionalities which are going to appear. Of course, all of them exist now. The thing which is slowing down Shutterstock and some of the other big companies is because there are a lot of legal stuff. There are a lot of commissions which are trying to make the AI not a wild, wild west as it is now. They are trying to make it a little bit more fair to all the people who are working in the industry. So that's why this is the thing which is slowing back the big players to make the things right, because we are the ones having the responsibility to bring in to all of you our work clear. So, of course, in the future, these are all features which are going to be implemented. All of those are images which are so now for your own brand, to tell the story. You can have your own mascot, which you can play in the future with. So you can put him in a different situations and so on. This is how you can work with your products based on the people needs and what they would like to see, because the main thing which you can show up is and always will be the visual part of it. It's always what you hear, and nowadays that's why we start playing a lot with the music, because it's the other thing we stop seeing so much, because we see so much advertising, so much colors around us. So now the music will be the next thing which is going to influence us as humanity a lot. And that's why AI is working with it as well. So of course we work with NVIDIA, as I told you before, because we really want to give you everything in a very high speed and to make your work as easy as possible. What we are focusing on is to have this, as you can see on this chair, it is so fast, but it's so precise. You can see the furnish, the texture, the furnish and the finish of the chair, and this is what you can present, how you can make your own product look like. So you can rotate it from every different angle. You can see, so you can just just the only thing you cannot do is just to sit on it. The most important thing is that it's ethical, so we know that all the information which you're going to use in order to make your chair and which you can maneuver around is not taking the intellectual property of somebody else that already did it. So when you have the 3D assets, then you can work a lot more with your own. Okay, directly skipping on this one. So you can see what is a good prompt. You need to give a lot of your imagination to the AI so it can create what you would like to see, and then you can export the single images based on how you exactly would like to see the sofa in this specific case. And of course, it is so important to see how it's going to look like in your own living room, and you can think how cozy it might be and how good you might feel on it. So now we work with a lot of partners to create a very safe environment for you. And all of these images, as you can see, they're AI generated, and you need to know a lot how to make those images so right and so good. It's so important to know that you see on this specific image, you see the love of a mother and a kid, and each one of us is a mother or a kid, and we really want to keep this love of us, the humans, and because we are the only ones who have the ethics. So I really hope that we can keep the ethical way of working with each other, of being humans to each other, and then we cannot be afraid of the AI, because too much I hear about how afraid people are from the AI. And we don't need to be afraid from the AI. I hope you see what I mean. And there is only one question I would like to ask yourself: how will you contribute to an ethical future for us, for our kids, and for the humanity overall? Shutterstock have created a partner support. I am the partner support for Bulgaria, and if you have any questions about license, about content, or whatever, my support is free, so you can always contact me, and it was a pleasure for me. I hope you find it helpful. Thank you.